Check 1 2 1 2. We good? Okay. All right. How you doing? This is T Hoodie in Japan again. Welcome back for all my hoodie game people. I'm making a bit of an earlier video than expected. Now, for those who may have watched my healthcare video, I kind of forgot a piece that I wanted to add into that. And maybe this is a good thing or a bad thing, but we'll see how long this video will take to explain. And this video is going to be about the Ningen Dock. I'm not sure if this Ningen Dock is exclusively for Japan, but I only heard about it once I start living in Japan, and this is something pretty recent for me, probably about starting since last year for me. Let me explain what the Ningen Dock is. If for those who don't know, Ningen is basically human, and dock is dock, so it's supposed to be human docking. What it basically is a load of tests in a single appointment. So for your health, to check your health, see how well your body's doing, so on and so forth. And it's pretty different because it's definitely not something I had back in the States. Nothing at all like that I had back in the States. And if it did exist, I'm pretty sure it probably wouldn't have been covered by most healthcare in America, whether it was Obamacare or something covered by your employer. So I wanted to talk about that for a bit. So like I said, Ningen Dock is basically a load of tests that you take. Apparently there's like about 3 levels to it. One is a basic, one is like a immediate, one is like a premium, and basically they determine each level determine how much of a health check you want. So of course the more premium is going to cover like the highest, which is from what I heard is like DNA sampling and testing and stuff like that. So what I took was basically only the basic, and so basically that's what I'm gonna start talking about. My first time understanding the Ningen Dock and actually experiencing it. It was about last year. From my company, and got distracted and lost my train of thought. Okay, so last year got an email from my company. Apparently, because I'm over 35 years old, or maybe it's somewhat older than that, I don't know. But apparently I got an email saying, hey, you're over 35 and you should do Ningen Dock. So apparently I believe after 35 and over, you're recommended to do the Ningen Dock, and after 40 and up, it's basically you have to. It's not a recommendation anymore. It's oh my god, I'm losing my English. Basically you have to do it. Okay, so I'm recommended to do it. Because I'm recommended to do it, basically the company is going to be paying for a portion of it. I believe it was about, $35. Now, just a reminder, when I say $35, I am imagining the US dollar and the yen is on equal value, because that's how I think, because I am receiving Japanese yen. So let's keep that in mind. Now, I'm pretty sure you already know that the value of the US dollar is a whole lot higher than the US yen, but this is my way of thinking because I'm living in Japan, and I want you guys to be in the perspective of someone living in Japan and earning Japanese yen. So basically, because the company covers most of it, I only had to pay $35. Now, from what I'm told, without any coverage, you could be paying about $135 to $200, $300 for the basic. The intermediate one would be like maybe $500 to $700, and the premium would be over $1,000 to take. So basically, I took the basic, and so let's continue with the story. Basically, I got an email. My supervisor basically helps us set up the appointment and so on and forth. So I talked with my supervisor. Maybe I went on the site to make an appointment. Probably not. I like I said, I believe my supervisor made it easier for us because he's the best at speaking Japanese. As you know, my Japanese is improving, but it's not really there yet, especially with the reading and writing. So they set up the appointment, and then I just have to be there at the appointment. Okay, so let's just jump to the date of the Ningen Dock appointment. So I have to go to a certain location for some reason. Last year and this year it was two different places, but whatever. But I arrived there and I finally find the place. It's usually in some big building. Tell them, hey, listen, I have an appointment for Ningen Dock. Most of the time, the receptionist don't speak any English, so you're gonna have to do your best. But I know enough to just get by and speak to the receptionist. So basically, take the test. Now I don't remember if it was before or after I have to pay. And actually, I believe it's after you have to pay. But anyway, I give them my paper saying I have this appointment. First thing they tell us to do, hey, you gotta go to the locker room. In the locker room, there's gonna be a locker, of course, and then within the locker, you're gonna put in your clothes, because you're gonna have to change into a gown and stuff. So you basically take let's go back for a second. First, there's gonna be a shoe locker, and then in that shoe locker, you basically put your shoes and socks, and I think your bag too in. And then there's another locker I believe you go to, in that other locker, which is like the men's room. You basically you go in and you basically see the gown and stuff, and then I believe there's another locker in which you put your clothes in, and then you put the gown on, and then after you basically continue and go to you follow a route, and it's usually like A, B, C, D, and so on and so forth. So let's say you're gonna start off with A, and most of the time you do, and then you're gonna take a whole bunch of different types of tests, and I don't remember them in the exact order. I only know the last one because it's like the most standoffish test that I've ever seen or taken, and I'll explain that at the end. So basically, if I remember correctly, there's going to be a blood test. You go and take a blood test. If I remember correctly, maybe there's an eye test, but probably not. There's definitely there's a test, a screening test that They put the gel in, and then they do a screening to see if your organs and stuff is okay. I believe they might check for cancer and stuff like that, see if that anything like that is visible. They took. I'm really trying to remember all these tests, because there was a whole bunch of tests. I believe there was also a hearing test. The hearing test, basically you put these headphones on, and then every time you hear the sound, you got or when you think you hear the sound, you have to press the button. And basically tests how low of a pitch you can hear. So there's that. So there was hearing, searing, screening, blood tests, and there was maybe some other tests, but I really can't remember, because like I said, there's so many. You're probably there for like 2-3 hours. But then you basically get to the last test, and this is the test that basically stands out the most. This last screening test, where first thing you have to do is they ask you to take this medicine, and it's basically some powder medicine, and you basically get some water, take the powder medicine, gulp up the white powder medicine, drink the water, and then if I remember correctly, there's this other stuff you have to drink. And and basically this is going to be the hard part, in which you basically what the medicine does is it basically bubbles up your stomach. And what you absolutely cannot do, otherwise you're probably going to have to start all over, is burp. And that might sound easy, but that's not as easy as you would think. You have to hold it in, don't burp. So while you're doing that, you're on this platform, and this platform is basically going to lift up and rotate, and they want you, while you're holding that in, you're supposed to hold on with one arm, and sometimes you got to be on your back. Sometimes you need to turn to the side. Sometimes you need to turn to your stomach. And then, during all this tussling and stuff like this, the platform is rotating, even almost to the point of upside down. And it's not that bad. Like I said, the rotating part is not that bad. Holding on is not that bad. But, like I said, holding on that medicine and not burping it out is the most difficult part. So, and like I said, this is all screening to test your bodies and I guess your digestive system. And after that, for the most part, you're finished. It gets to the point where you go back to where you came from the clerk. They basically tell you that there is one part. And this is the weird part, because I don't remember this on the first part, on the first time I did the Ningen Dock. On this last time I did it, which was the second time, basically I had to go to a doc. I went to a doctor, and he was telling me like the overall results. Basically saying, you're okay. Well, this is what they told me. They told me that, I was okay, but there were some things, and you need to, how Japanese people are. They're so freaking arrogant with their pride and culture. Like, you need to eat more Japanese food because it's healthy and blah, 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 blah. And I'll get to that later, because I was very sarcastic about in my response to it, because in reality a lot of Japanese food is not that healthy, but that's a whole nother topic. But that's what happened in the second one. Like I said, the first time I took it, I don't remember that happening. But also and I have to get back to this, because for the second time around, I never received my results in the mail like I did the first time, and I never really bothered to check for it because a lot of personal issues that was really my priority at the time. But later on, I'm gonna have to ask about that, why I never got the results in the mail like I did last time. But like I said, in some way you're supposed to get some results, and I believe it's some letter grade. I don't want to say A, B, C, D, E. It's hard for me to remember, but it's some type of grade, and it's one way or another you'll comprehend it. Okay, so that's my rambling about the Ningen Dock. And what I'm realizing is me just talking about the Ningen Dock is basically 16 minutes. So it's probably best that I just did a whole video about that separately. If you was wondering about that, you're welcome. I hope you was able to pick up what the Ningen Dock is within all my rambling. Yeah. So that's it. Like and subscribe if you found this information entertaining or knowledgeable or enlightening or any positive feeling. If not, oh well, I'll have to try better next time. Again, T Hoodie in Japan. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and peace out.